All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Love Yourself First Oracle while delivering daily oracles for each zodiac sign. Not too long, not too drawn out, just a minute to help you get through the day, the night, the evening, the weekend, whenever it is that you run my channel. Thank you for all my A1 Day One. Thank you for the ones that's just subscribe to the channel. Thank you for those who read the channel and haven't subscribed yet. Thank you for wanting to pour a little bit more into yourself before 2025. Okay? Whether you celebrate it in January or March. Thank you for wanting to pour more into yourself. Okay, so on my channel, we make sure we do just that. Pour into ourselves, do the healing, do the shadow work, hold ourselves accountable for things, hold other people accountable for things, release what no longer serve you, release those who have hurt you, and forgive them, not for them, but for you, so you can move on and attract what it is that you want to attract. If you're out here giving out 90% and you're only receiving 20, 30, or 40% of that, then what are you doing? If you're out here giving out 80% and you're only receiving 20, 30, 40% of that 80%, what are you doing? It got to be an equal give and take, baby. Let's start showing up for ourselves a little bit more. Okay? So, I know I've been gone for a while, but like I say, when he say rest, he mean rest. Just like when that job off of VTO and you got some PTO, take that time. Because their job gonna be there, and if something happens to you, guess what? They're gonna prepare the others anyway. They're gonna prepare the others anyway. So Taurus, you're up. What we're gonna do is see what your higher self has to say to you, and then we're gonna get your self-care meeting. Of course, you know we're gonna do that. Why? Because what's the name of the channel? Love yourself first. So let's get right into it, Taurus. In through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, y'all. And like I say, I know I've been missing, but hey, when he say sit down, rest, so you want to burn yourself out, like you ain't got to tell me once, baby. Because they offering their VTO, you ain't got to tell me once. I'm going to miss one day, but I ain't going to mess that check up a little bit too bad. So, Taurus, let's see what self-care message you have, okay? Let's go ahead and start showing up for ourselves for the new year, okay? Let's not do a 360 as far as keep going in that same cycle. Let's do a 180 so we can stop the old cycle and bring in new things, okay? All right, Taurus, as a collective. And we just had a full moon yesterday. So make sure you're releasing what no longer serve you. Okay, before 2025 come in. Like I say, whether you celebrate in January or March, go ahead and release what no longer serves you. Okay? You got 3 days before the new moon or full moon, and you got 3 days after the new moon or full moon to get that energy, okay? So let's start. Let me see what we have for the Taurus collective. All right. And as far as for the Taurus collective, it needs you to shift your focus away from the material things and develop a healthier inner world. So stop focusing on these materialistic things. Focus on your family, okay? Focus on you. Focus on pouring into you. I know life be life sometimes. And you know, some of the material things that we need in order to survive. But don't focus too much on that, okay? Make sure you're making memories with your family. Make sure you're making memories with your children. Make sure you're making memories with those around you who love you, okay? Can't hold on to those materialistic things because guess what? He'll show up and take it from you if you're trying to hold on to it too tight, okay? Let's do it. Taurus singles, you need to be open to receiving gifts, okay? You're being asked to be open to receive any universal gifts. This could be in the form of love, money, compliments, healing energy, and universe wisdom. Know that you are worthy of these gifts and be open to them. So be open to whatever the universe is about to send your way. Okay, be open to receiving. You have given, given, given. Now it's time for you to receive. When people come to you, oh, I want to do this for you. I want to do that for you. Something put it on my heart to do this. Allow them to do that. Be open to receiving because you give and you give. Be open to receiving. Taurus in a relationship, you need to sleep and rest. Okay, let your body have the rest and the peace that it deserves without feeling guilty. So stop feeling guilty about taking that time out. Stop feeling guilty about just laying in the bed because you're tired. Stop feeling guilty about doing what it is that you need to do for yourself. Self-love and self-care is not selfish when you pouring into everybody else and you pouring into everything else. Pour into yourself. Get that rest. If you tired, baby. If you tired, king or queen, you tired. It's okay. Get that rest. Don't feel guilty about it. Taurus in a marriage or a long-term commitment, you need to overcome these obstacles, okay? Get back on your feet. Gain strength from difficult situations. Okay, you have been here before. You know what you got to do in order to get to where you're trying to get to. You know what type of moves and what type of plans you need to be making in order to get to where you're trying to get to. Okay, don't set limitations on your potential. All right, so let's get into these higher self messages as far as what is your higher self screaming to you. Taurus single. What is their higher self saying to them? What do they need to do? Taurus single. What is their higher self screaming to them? Taurus single. What is their higher self screaming to them? What is higher self screaming to them? What do they need to know? Easy to see that you fed up. I am on a whole other level. Girlie only put you over because you let him. Okay, y'all got a lot. Oh my god. Okay. Looking at you, I'm thinking he must be tripping. He's so fun. All right, y'all got 6 cards. Jesus Christ. What a shame. In your mind, you would like it the same. In your mind, you something. Okay, so y'all not playing today, baby. Y'all not playing. Y'all got the cards coming out, coming out. Oh. Oh my goodness. Baby, y'all all got Taurus. What y'all got going on, baby? All right, so collective, like I'm not collective, singles, like it says, be open to receiving. Okay, at this moment, you need to be patient because your manifestations are on the way. It is your time to shine. Success is what you pour your heart into, but also we need you to set healthier boundaries. Know when to put up and let down your walls. Okay, pay attention. Look out for signs from the divine to acknowledge certain red flags. Because at this point, you need to start taking leaps of faith. You need to take a risk, stepping into the beautiful of unknown. Okay. It's time for you to be patient. Take your leap of faith because it is your time to shine. But the divine is sending you red flags that you need to acknowledge, and you need to start setting up healthier boundaries because your hard work will be recognized once you do what you need to do. Okay, but you have to be patient. You have to be willing to put yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to get to where you're trying to get to. You also have to be firm with these boundaries. Stand for something so you don't fall for everything. Pay attention to the red flags that the divine are sending you. It is your time to shine. It is your time to get whatever it is that your heart desires. Okay? Especially if you're doing something and you're coming from the heart with it. That's where your success gonna come from. As long as you're doing something from the heart. But you also have to pay attention. You also have to put yourself out there. You also got to be willing to take certain risks in order to get to where you're trying to get to, in order to get out of your comfort zone. And once you do that, your hard work will be recognized. But you got to know what type of boundaries you have to set up and when to set them up and when to put them down. So make sure you're paying attention to all the signs. Like I say, you a number at the same time, hearing the same thing over 3 times, um, seeing anything that you might have been thinking about 3 times. You gotta acknowledge the red flags, okay? When you doing certain things, if you so happen to catch a number on the clock, look it up. Okay, the divines are sending you messages as far as something dealing with red flags, and you need to pay attention. But you also need to take this leap of faith. Get out of your comfort zone. Okay? For those who in a relationship, like I said, do get your rest. Get your rest. We know you are dedicated to whatever it is that you're doing, and it's telling you to stay dedicated to your goal because effort that will reap success. So stay dedicated to what you're doing. Also, um, weed out what doesn't serve you. Reevaluate certain situations. Okay? Reevaluate certain situations. We need you to stay dedicated to what you are trying to get accomplished. Stay dedicated to it, but reevaluate certain situations that is holding you back, meaning you need to release certain grudges, certain wounds, certain pent up feelings through healthier activities, okay? You have to be willing to give up something now in order to get some type of future reward. You got to be willing to spread your wings. You got to be willing to know that confidence leads to freedom and growth. But you have to release what no longer serve you. You have to stay dedicated to your goals. You have to start reevaluating certain situations that's not healthy for you or that's not taking you where you're trying to get to. That's situations, people, place, anything. Reevaluating certain things that is not getting you to where you're trying to get to. You gotta make certain type of sacrifice. You gotta let certain type of things go. You gotta release these grudges and wounds and pent up feelings that you have from the past or past wounds, childhood wounds, whatever the case might be. You gotta do the shadow work. Okay, you gotta do the shadow work so you can spread your wings. Have that confidence to know that it's gonna lead to freedom and growth. But you gotta reevaluate certain situations. Get your rest first. Feel what you feel. Get your rest. Do what you gotta do. Don't feel guilty about getting rest. Don't feel guilty about taking off. Don't feel guilty about just trying to pour a little bit more into you. Self care and self love is not selfish when you pour into everybody else. Start pouring into you. Start making certain sacrifices that's why it no longer serve you. It don't no longer serve you. That pain, that hurt, that disappointment you have had, it's time for you to release it. It's time for you to acknowledge those feelings and release it. Okay? Acknowledge the feelings and release it. Acknowledge whatever you feel like is holding you back. Acknowledge it and release it. Whatever that's hurt you, acknowledge it and release it. It might take time. Nothing happens overnight. But guess what? Acknowledge it so you can move on and get to where you're trying to get to in life. Stay dedicated to your goals. Once you stay dedicated to things that you want to work on, once you stay dedicated to things that you are passionate about, you will reap the reward. For those who are in a marriage or a long term um, commitment, You need to connect to the divine or God through meditation and prayers. You need to overcome this obstacle that you got going on through decisions. Okay, you got to make certain type of decision in order to get to where you're trying to get to. Okay, you got to make certain type of decisions in order to get to where you're trying to get to, and in order to gain clarity on certain type of situations. You also got to have that strength and that determination, that self-discipline, that self-discovery. You got to have that too. So connect with God and your God and angels, and stay and just stay determined. Okay? Overcome the obstacle. Get back on your feet from these difficult times. Have that strength that you need to have. Make good decisions. Okay? Learn from old decisions that you have made, and then figure out what decision needs to be made in order for it to lead you to the success that you are looking for, because everything is in divine timing with whatever it is that you got going on. Everything has a higher purpose. But as long as you're passionate about it, don't be afraid to fail. Follow what makes your heart happy. If it makes your heart happy, don't be afraid to fail. You can make mistakes. You can go correct them. But don't live in it as far as like, I regret not doing this. I regret not showing up for myself. I regret not being able to do what it is that I wanted to do with my life. I regret not being able to do this. I didn't put forward the effort. I didn't take the time to do it. I was worried about what this person gonna say. I was worried about what that person gonna say. I was worried about all the competition. Baby, it's always competition out there. But something's going to make you different. Something's going to make you unique. Because guess what? Your manifestation comes from the law of attraction. Thoughts become things. So if you're thinking negative, you're going to get negative. If you're thinking positive and you're moving positive and you're moving within your heart and you having that strength and you asking for guidance and clear answers and you making the right type of decision, guess what? Everything gonna fall in place how it needs to fall in place. Everything is up to you, baby. It's up to you at the end of the day. You got to be willing to shut off everything that no longer serve you and put you first. You got to be willing to pour into you first. You got to be willing to do what it is that you need to do for self first. Okay? All right, so Taurus, this y'all miss. I do hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure y'all hit the like and the subscribe button and come back tomorrow.